The alien fleet came in silent lines, black shapes cutting across the stars. From a distance, Earth looked calm, a blue and green jewel turning slowly in the dark. To the aliens, it was nothing more than a planet rich with minerals, fuel, and water. They had taken worlds like this before. This one would be no different, or so they thought. In the flagship's command room, the alien commander gave a simple order: begin transmission. A deep metallic voice spread across the planets. Airwaves. Humans. We require your resources. Give them freely, or we will remove you. The words were cold, without emotion. They waited for a reply. None came. The commander was patient at first. 10 minutes passed, then 30. Still nothing. On other worlds, natives would either beg for mercy or prepare a useless fight. But Earth remained silent, as if the whole planet had turned its back on the invaders. The commander narrowed his eyes. Send scouts, he ordered. A team of 10 soldiers descended into an abandoned city. The air was heavy, the streets empty. Windows were broken, doors swung open, and the sound of their boots echoed far too loudly. No life signs appeared on their scanners. One soldier muttered, "Dead world." But the leader shook his head no. Too clean, too quiet. They split into pairs, checking buildings. Inside one, dust covered the floor, but there were no signs of panic or struggle. It was as if the people had simply walked away. The leader stepped into a narrow alley. There, scratched into the crumbling brick wall, was a short human message written in rough letters. "If you take, you wake it." He frowned. Wake? What? The alien beside him tilted his head. Superstition? They turned to leave, but the ground trembled beneath their feet. At first it was small, like the passing of a large vehicle. But then it grew stronger, shaking windows and rattling metal signs. The leader looked up. The alien dropship was swaying in the air as if something unseen had shoved it. Back in orbit, Commander received no report from the scouts. Static filled the communication channel. One by one, their life signals blinked out on the screen. He sent another squad, but before they reached the surface, their ship's sensors picked up a strange rhythm deep below the city. Thump, thump. It was slow, heavy, and almost alive. The science officer hesitated before speaking. It sounds like a heartbeat. The commander snapped, "Planets do not have heartbeats. Continue the mission." Hours passed. Resource drills began. Boring into the ground, pulling up samples of rare minerals. Everything seemed to work until the machine started to fail. One overheated and melted its own controls. Another simply shut down without warning. The engineers blamed human interference, but there was no trace of sabotage. Still, the commander pushed forward. Humans hide, we take. He didn't notice the flicker of fear in his crew's eyes. Far below the surface, the deep shadows of the city ruins, something moved. The vibrations grew stronger, and a sound like a long, slow exhale rolled through the streets. In the flagship, an alarm rung. A faint human voice was breaking through their secure comms. It was not a broadcast. It was a direct message. The voice was steady, almost calm. "You have one chance to leave." The crew turned toward the commander. Its expression was unreadable. "Find that signal," he ordered. But before they could track it, the flagship's sensors picked up another disturbance, a massive spike in seismic activity in the Pacific Ocean. The energy readings were unlike anything in their database. It was moving fast, and it was coming. Closer to the surface, in the abandoned city, the lone surviving scout lifted his head as the trembling stopped. For a moment, there was silence again. Then, from somewhere far below, came a deep sound that made his blood run cold. It was not a machine. It was not natural. It was something waking up. The commander stared at the data streaming in front of him. For the first time since entering Earth's orbit, he did not feel certain of victory. The blue planet below was no longer just a resource world. Something was wrong. Something was alive. And whatever it was, it had just noticed them, the alien. Commander stared at the planet below, eyes sharp and restless. The strange heartbeat and the sudden tremors had unsettled his crew, but he refused to show fear. "Begin resource extraction," he ordered firmly. Massive drills and machines descended from the ships, sinking deep into Earth's crust. The metallic hum of their work filled the silent cities and barren landscapes. The aliens believed they had the upper hand now. They had power, technology, and weapons far beyond anything humans could fight with. Yet something invisible was working against them. Almost immediately, the machines started to fail. Controls froze, engines stalled, and power systems sparked without reason. Alien engineers were baffled. "There's no sabotage," one said quietly. "This is ... something else." The commander dismissed their worries. "Humans are weak. They cannot stop us." But his voice was tight. His mind raced. In the deep ocean, far from the drilling sites, 3 alien ships were investigating a strange energy signature. They sent a small fleet of drones, but none returned. The ocean swallowed them like they were nothing. The commander's anger grew. He called for a direct communication attempt with the humans. Hours passed with only static. Then suddenly, a voice broke through. It was calm but full of warning. "You have one chance to leave." The message repeated over and over, as if carved into the very airwaves. The alien soldiers laughed at first. Empty threats, they said. But soon, strange things began happening. Some soldiers reported hearing heartbeats under their feet. Others saw shadows moving just beyond their sight. One scout vanished without a trace while exploring a ruined building. The alien commander's confidence faltered. "Show me the source of this message," he demanded. Meanwhile, deep below the surface, the planet itself seemed to stir. The heartbeat grew louder, syncing with the rising seismic activity. The Earth was no longer just a rock. It was alive, waiting and watching. The humans, it seemed, were not just hiding. They were part of something much bigger. Suddenly, Earth's magnetic field surged. Alien shields flickered and dimmed. Their advanced technology struggled against an unseen force. The commander's frustration turned to fear. "We underestimated them," he muttered. "We must prepare for battle." On the human side, small groups of soldiers moved quickly and quietly. They did not have the vast fleets or powerful weapons of the aliens, but they knew their home. They used the planet's secrets to strike fast and disappear. Alien bases were destroyed one by one, their resources burned or poisoned. The humans fought not with brute force but with strategy and patience. Alien commander watched helplessly as reports came in. "The planet fights back. It's using itself as a weapon." Panic spread through the fleet. Their greatest mistake was underestimating Earth and its defenders. The war had only just begun, and already the invaders faced a danger they did not understand, a wrath that was patient, deep, and deadly. The alien commander sat in the dark command room, the flickering lights casting sharp shadows on his face. Every report made his anger grow, but also his fear. Their ships were losing power, their soldiers disappearing, and strange things were happening on the planet below. The humans had stayed hidden for too long, but now they were coming out, not in big armies, but in small, fast groups. They struck quickly and vanished before the aliens could fight back. The alien soldiers could not believe it. A single human pilot flew alone through their defenses, armed with a weapon they had never seen before. With a few well-placed shots, the pilot destroyed an entire alien carrier ship. The commander called for explanations, but his officers had no answers. "It is impossible," one whispered. "Humans should not have such power." But the truth was clear. Earth was not the weak planet they thought it was. The humans were using the planet itself as a weapon. The ground shook under the alien feet, and strange energy pulses disrupted their ship's shields. The commander's voice was sharp. "They are more dangerous than we imagined. We must fight or lose everything." The alien fleet prepared for battle. Their warships moved into position, ready to strike hard and fast. But the humans were ready. 2 cloaked warships rose silently from the oceans, surrounding the alien flagship. The humans fought with a fierce intelligence and a deep knowledge of their home, in the skies above Earth, small skirmishes broke out. Alien ships fired powerful lasers, but many were destroyed by human missiles that seemed to come from nowhere. On the ground, soldiers clashed in brutal hand-to-hand combat. Humans used weapons that jammed alien nervous systems, making their enemies weak and confused. The alien commander tried to hold his ground, but panic was growing among his ranks. The humans were relentless, fighting with a courage the aliens had never seen. "They are not animals," he said quietly to himself. "They are warriors." As the battle raged on, an intercepted alien report revealed a shocking truth. The planet was alive. Beneath the surface, an ancient defense system was waking. It had been built long ago, older than any human memory. Now, it was ready to protect Earth at any cost. The commander looked at the screens. The alien ships were falling, one after another, and their weapons were failing. The humans had not only fought back, they had turned the planet itself into a weapon. The war was far from over, but the balance of power had shifted. Earth's wrath was just beginning. The alien commander stared at the flickering screens, his face pale in the dim light. What they had thought was just a planet had turned out to be something much more. Deep beneath the surface, the strange heartbeat grew louder and stronger.
Ow.
It was no natural pulse. It was a system, an ancient, powerful defense network hidden in the Earth's crust. For centuries, humans had known about it. They had prepared in secret, building and guarding this weapon without the aliens ever guessing. The commander's officers were stunned. How could they hide this? One asked. The commander only shook his head. They had been blind. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the alien fleet. The planetary defense system had activated. Massive beams of energy shot up from the ground, striking alien ships and disabling their weapons. The shields that once protected the invaders flickered and died. Ships tumbled from the sky, crashing into oceans and forests. The humans fought alongside the planet's defense. They moved with skill and courage, striking at the alien forces where they were weakest. The commander watched helplessly as his fleet was torn apart. His proud ships were no match for Earth's wrath. A broadcast came through the alien comms, a message that chilled every listener. This was your warning. Leave now, or be destroyed. The humans were not just defending their homes, they were protecting something sacred. The commander's fear grew. He realized this had all been a trap. The humans had allowed the aliens to come, knowing the planet would rise up against them. It was a lesson no invader would forget. As the battle raged on, the ground shook violently. Cracks appeared in the alien warship's armor. The commander gave one last order: retreat. But it was too late. Earth's wrath was unstoppable, and the alien invaders would pay a terrible price for their greed. The alien commander stood on the bridge of his flagship, his hands clenched tight around the railing. The fleet was surrounded, and the planet below was alive with fire and fury. Earth's defense systems blasted the invaders from the sky, while human ships rose from the oceans, cloaked and silent, ready to strike at any moment. The air was thick with tension. This was the last stand. Alien warships fired desperate volleys, their weapons tearing through clouds and smoke. But the humans fought back fiercely. They were smaller in number, but moved with sharp precision. Ground troops clashed in brutal battles, fighting hand-to-hand with alien soldiers. The humans used strange weapons that scrambled alien nerves, making them weak and confused. The commander watched as his soldiers fell, one by one. To an enemy they had not truly understood, over the comms a clear human voice echoed through the alien channels. It was calm but filled with cold power. "We offered peace," the voice said, "but you chose war. Now you will face Earth's true wrath." The commander's anger boiled. But there was no answer to that message except the roar of explosions as the battle raged. The alien flagship found itself surrounded. Hundreds of cloaked human warships appeared from beneath the ocean, cutting off any chance of escape. The commander realized the war was lost. His pride and power shattered beneath the relentless assault. The humans were not just defending their world, they were defending their home with a force the galaxy had never seen. The alien commander took a final breath, knowing that the story of this war would be told across stars for generations. Earth's wrath had won. The invaders had been crushed by a planet and its people who would never surrender. The alien commander sat alone in the wreckage of his flagship, the battle finally over. The great fleet that had once surrounded Earth was broken and scattered. Ships drifted silently in space, many without crews. The survivors, few and shaken, received a clear message from the humans before leaving the system. It was simple, carved into every ship they could find. Earth is not prey. This message was more than a warning, it was a declaration. Humans had shown the galaxy they were not weak, not a world to be taken without fight. Their planet's power was alive and fierce, and their will to protect it was stronger than any enemy. The survivors would carry this lesson back to their people, and word of Earth's wrath would spread across the stars. On Earth, the humans stood watching the stars. They were tired and wounded, but proud. They knew the galaxy had underestimated. The man now the universe would never forget. The war had changed everything. As the sun rose over the mountains and oceans, human leaders spoke quietly to those around him. This was just the beginning.
Next time.
We may not wait for them to come. His eyes looked far beyond the sky, where new threats waited in the darkness. The story of Earth's wrath was not just one of war. It was a story of survival, courage, and the fierce love of a planet and its people. And now, the galaxy knew, if you want Earth's riches, be ready to face its wrath.